You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly pop and geek culture show covering movies, TV, games, and comics. Now your hosts, Cody Pinnick, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show that's patient zero for fun. I'm Cody, and I've come down with a virulent strain of excitement for this episode.
I'm Sam, and I have a fever of fun.
And I'm Josh, and I'm chock full of pathogens for positivity.
And I'm Samantha. I've got a tummy ache of good times.
We have a great show for you this week. Thank you all for tuning in. We have a bunch of news to go over, but first let's talk about some things we've been checking out.
Check it out!
I know something we've all checked out recently.
Yeah.
It's a little something called COVID-19, if you've heard of it.
Less said about that, the better. But yes.
Hey, some of us had the sequel, thank you.
COVID-20?
COVID the squeakquel.
Yeah.
The squeakquel. Oh, no.
So if you're wondering why there wasn't a show last week, that was it.
That was the reason.
Our first check it out was viral infections.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, yeah, some things we've been checking out this week. So, in my week of downtime, I binged a show on Netflix. So, do you guys remember Ninja Warrior that used to be on the G4 channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like professional, like
Obstacle
course doing, and then they made the American version, and it wasn't quite as good.
It always loses something in translation.
Just like Iron Chef, the American version always loses something.
I always just remember that naked guy running through the course and all the security guys trying to grab him.
Oh, yeah. So, there is a, I would say it's kind of like a spiritual successor that's on Netflix called Ultimate Beastmaster. And it is...
Wait. I've seen that movie. It's from the 80s.
Yeah, right. It sounds like it would be.
Yeah, this sounds like a show about making a bear listen to you.
Yeah.
It's like that cat whisperer guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Cesar.
Yeah.
No, the cat whisperer is Jackson Galaxy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, this show, it actually is, it's pretty interesting. It's 3 levels of obstacle course running, and the twist is there are teams from different countries that take part in it. It's like an international kind of thing, and they have two commentators from each of the countries commentating over it in their native language.
Oh.
So you have like France and Italy and Spain and I think one season had China and America, and they're all like all the commentators are interacting with each other, and they're all being real goofy and like over the top stuff. And then you have these super fit like parkour experts totally failing at this obstacle course. It's really fun. It's really interesting.
Is it an obstacle course similar to like American, like Ninja Warrior?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And they have like the goofiest names for things. Like instead of falling into the water, they have to be careful not to fall into the blood of the beast. Because they shine little red lights underneath the wave pool. Yeah. But no, and they have like...
Don't get hepatitis B from the blood of the beast.
But they have like stupid names for each one of like the steps in the thing. Like, yeah, it's great though. Season 3 is probably the best of the 3. There's 3 seasons of it on Netflix, and the season 3 is hosted by former professional football player Tiki Barber and CM Punk, the professional wrestler from America, and then they have other folks from other countries, and it's just fun. It's fun watching these people like do
an obstacle course,
crazy stunts and obstacle course stuff, and it's also fun to watch them screw up.
You know what I miss, speaking of like stupid obstacle courses and stuff?
What?
Takashi's Castle.
Yeah, Takashi's Castle.
Yeah.
I heard they're bringing...
Most Extreme.
Yeah, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
I heard they're bringing Takashi's Castle back.
Oh, they are? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Getting normal people like breaking their necks doing stupid stuff.
Falling in the nastiest mud water you've ever seen.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'm like, oh man, that'd be cool to do one of those shows. And then I think about like how I can barely get my almost 40-year-old butt off the couch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
I can't do a single pull-up. How am I going to jump over a spinning log?
Right.
Hey, I can do pull-ups. I'm somewhat can move. I'm just old and my back hurts.
I don't know. I'm afraid to try. I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to do it.
I can do a pull-up. I used to be able... I was fit at one point. Not now. At one point I was. So the other thing I checked out, we talked about Kirby and the Forgotten Land a few weeks ago. I 100%ed it.
Oh, nice.
Really? You even got all the Waddle Dees?
Got all the Waddle Dees, got all of the extra level things, did all the bosses.
I got all the Leon's souls.
Yeah. And went through the Battle Coliseum, got all the little figurines that's in the game. I 100%ed that game, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great game.
It's really, really, really good.
Yeah, I've actually been thinking about, since I've never really had much of a connection to the Kirby franchise as a whole, I've actually thought about going back and like playing the Kirby games I do have access to.
Yeah, I would recommend it. I mean,
they're
it's
good.
good, yeah. I still think I like Kirby 64 better, but it just barely edges it out. I have a really soft spot for Kirby 64.
I don't.
Really?
No. I think Kirby 64 is okay.
Gotcha.
I think this might be my favorite Kirby game. Maybe, I don't know, Superstar. Superstar is probably the pinnacle for me, or the remake they did, which is the same but more. Is probably edges it out, but just barely.
Gotcha.
Like, I wish this game was just a little bit longer, maybe.
Yeah, if it had like one more level or something. Yeah, I agree.
But the gameplay is just like super solid.
Oh, it's tight.
Controls great. It's fun to go through, even if they aren't especially difficult levels. They are fun to experience.
Yes. Yeah.
So how does the what do they call it in that game?
Mouthful mode?
Mouthful mode compare to like Cappy and like Mario Odyssey?
It's not really like Cappy.
It's not.
It's not?
Not
Okay.
really.
Okay.
It's just funny things for Kirby to do.
Yeah.
Basically.
Consume with his void of a mouth.
Yeah, which they explain why he can do that now and he couldn't before.
Huh.
It is in the lore.
There is a deep Kirby lore,
Yeah.
and like collecting all the figurines in the game, you get all of the deep lore from
The
all of those.
storyline is in the item descriptions,
Yes.
not unlike a Dark Soul.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Also, the best power is Space Ranger Kirby.
See, I like Space Ranger Kirby. I also like Morpho Knight Kirby.
Morpho Knight's cool
Yeah.
because you get the best of the Gigant sword with the Meta Knight sword.
Yeah.
We're really going in the weeds with this.
Oh, we absolutely are, yeah.
I liked Wild Hammer. I thought it looked really cool.
It was cool, yeah.
And then you get DDD Hammer, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a cool power because he's got two hammers. But man, that big rock hammer
That was
and
pretty
like,
neat, yeah.
the wolf pelt hat was really cool looking.
Yeah, yeah.
Savage Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Kirby, it's a good game. Everyone should pick it up.
The ability to improve your powers is a good idea.
Yeah.
I think adds a lot to the game too.
Yep.
So it adds kind of like
an.
an RPG-esque element to it?
In the loosest and most simple sense you could imagine.
I would say
Okay.
so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because you get like these stars from side levels that you spend to upgrade certain powers after you found the blueprints to them,
Yeah.
which are not especially difficult.
They're really not. Yeah, I didn't have any trouble
Yeah.
finding any of them.
The only one I missed during my playthrough was the sleep one, and I just haven't gone back to look for
Okay.
it because
the sleep one is actually a really good upgrade to get
really.
because it gives you a random extra bonus thing like attack up or speed up or a double life bar.
Oh,
When
because
you use it,
previously
yeah.
there is a copy ability called Sleep that when you get it, Kirby just falls asleep on the spot.
Oh, he just passes out.
Yeah, I can't move. You get a little bit of health back, but he slows to a crawl and then collapses.
Yeah. The power up, his hat turns into a crescent moon pillow that he uses like a neck pillow and like lays down and like his bed appears and like Yeah, you have to sit there for a while for the power-up to pop up, but it's it's really cute. The game is incredibly cute.
Until you get to the Eldritch Horror.
You know what? Even that Eldritch Horror isn't that bad this time around.
I mean, when you think about it, it's horrific.
Yeah, when you think about it, sure. But it's not like previous games where it's like a black void engulfing all of space, or
it's not like a biblical angel that shoots blood out of its eye hole.
Yeah, no,
that's you just saying those words is like a Binding of Isaac like image in my head.
Yeah,
but it's very Akira.
Yes, I would say yeah.
And then the very final the very last boss fight, when it's like they're with the other character that it's with, that thing was gross. It was creepy looking.
It wasn't great. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Kirby's good.
Kirby good. Play it.
Kirby good. Play good. I booted up Minecraft for the first time in a long time.
Oh wow. Okay, you must not have been feeling well.
I hear that's popular these days.
I mean, I got on it and I invited Nicole to do multiplayer with it, and we were kicking around doing Minecraft things, seeing some of the stuff I haven't seen in a long time.
Just Minecraft things.
Yeah, like we're gonna start an animal farm, and she's like, "Aw," and then she discovered, "Oh, there's llamas. That's adorable." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, we could start a farm," and then she's like, "Oh, there's this guy. He has llamas." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a trader." It's like, and Nicole asked me how we got llamas. I'm like, well, we could lure them to a pen or whatever, or we could kill this guy and take him. So I murdered a merchant and I took his llamas.
Nice.
Last time I played Minecraft, there was like 5 mobs.
Yeah, it's been a really long time since I've jumped into that.
Like there were blocks like on the surface. I'm like, what is this? There's copper now.
Oh, nice.
I tried to lure bees into a beehive so I could pollinate crops.
I did not know there were bees.
Yeah, they are new. The bees are really, really, really recent. Like
the bees.
Not the bees.
Not the bees.
Oh yeah, if you collect honey from the hive while they're outside or while they're inside the hive, they will come out and attack you.
Nice.
But yeah, it was mostly just run around, digging holes, getting lost,
just doing Minecraft things.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much. I got caught up and watched all of Close Enough.
Oh, we've watched a little over half of the new ones.
Of the 3rd season or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Did you watch the Halloween episode?
No, we haven't gotten
Oh, man, it's good. Halloween episode's real good. Josh wears a Mordecai costume. From Regular Show.
Oh, this is the one about the guy who made Regular Show,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's an animated with about a family. Is that...
Yep.
Remind me what the show is.
It's you have the base family, which is Josh, Emily, and their daughter Candace, and they share an apartment with Josh's best friend Alex and his ex-wife Bridget. And the other half of the duplex is their landlord and their and his mom.
Yeah, her adopted son
Randy.
Okay. And it's kind of like a sitcom-y kind of...
Yeah, I mean, it's got some weird stuff in it.
Yeah, right.
Not as much as Regular Show, but there are some times where it's like it's straight up just weird.
It's not afraid to like get totally weird and have outlandish things happen.
Gotcha.
I mean...
Like 2 sisters taking limitless pills and then having a super brain fight.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
The one we just watched was the one where Alex brings in some sort of Viking medallion that grants wishes.
Oh, yeah.
And Emily wishes that she was closer with her daughter, which causes her to shrink to the size of a 5-year-old.
Oh, jeez.
And like when she's explaining to Alex what happened with the Viking medallion, he's like, well, that's stupid. You should have said something more clear. Like, I wish to be closer.
Emotionally closer to the offspring.
I wish to be emotionally closer to the offspring, which then the pendant lights up, and it turns out the wish makes him want to be emotionally closer to the 90s rock band, The Offspring.
The Offspring, nice.
There's always like at least one episode every season that does something that just hits to the core of my being, and that was this. I think that was this season's gag that got me.
Nice.
But yeah, Alex's thing, he is a community college professor of like Viking mythology and stuff.
Ah, gotcha.
But he's also kind of a big dopey loser.
Yeah, he literally lives in the like under the stairs closet of their duplex.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then like his ex Bridget is like she tries so hard to be like a social media influencer. Like she's all about like Instagram or whatever.
It's a great show. And,
yeah.
And I wish that HBO Max would have told me that there was new episodes out before it was 2 days past that they'd already been out.
Oh, gotcha.
It's really weird. Like normally when something that I've watched before has new episodes, like the app will tell me. But it didn't do it for this.
Huh. Weird.
But yeah, the first couple seasons they lean kind of real heavy into like more adult jokes. The newest season, like there's a little bit, but not quite as much as like the first. Like, nobody's walking in on anybody, doing the deed or anything like that. Like it did in like the first season.
It's a lot of Simpsons-esque humor.
Yeah, kinda.
Bill Oakley.
Yeah, because Bill Oakley is executive producer on it
that makes
now.
sense.
But there's
Yeah.
a lot of like those kind of side jokes you'd see in The Simpsons where something cartoony happens. Like there was a gag where something blew up and left like a dome-shaped hole in the ground, and some kids go by and start skateboarding in the hole.
Oh,
like,
yeah. No, that's a Simpsons gag.
yeah.
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 There's nothing wrong with that. Those are good gags.
nothing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The whole show like takes place in like L.A. and stuff, and there's a lot of L.A. landmarks and whatnot. Try to think. There's an episode this season where Candace kind of like Mad Max takes over her kindergarten.
The reason was good though. The parents needed to make something for dinner and they forgot to go grocery shopping, so they made breakfast for dinner. And this slight breaking of the rules completely blows their child's mind about the concept of rules entirely.
And starts a revolution at school.
No, this show sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Close Enough. I like it a lot. I dare say I think I almost like it more than regular show.
Yeah, oh yeah, but it's more regular show also had to be a show for children, and this doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, while regular show was for children, quote unquote, there's a lot of elements in regular show that are like,
Oh yeah, there are a lot of winks to the adult audience almost constantly, but this doesn't have to have the pretense of being for children.
Right.
oh yeah, like Close Enough has swearing
Yeah.
and all kinds of stuff.
I want to talk about Lego Star Wars real quick.
Go
let's
ahead.
talk about it.
The new Lego Star Wars game came out like a week or so ago.
The Skywalker saga.
Yeah, that covers all of the main Skywalker Star Wars films from the prequels to the sequel series, the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the good and all the bad ones.
Yeah.
And the gameplay is fantastic. It's probably it is the best playing Lego game they've ever made.
Well, yeah, because they revamped everything.
Yeah. There's the combat is so much better. There's a multiple attack combo system for melee combat. The shooting is like
Actual shooting.
serious third person shooting with,
Like cover-based shooting.
yeah, with a cover system and everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the cover system plays with the fact that the cover is Legos, because when it breaks, you can rebuild it.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool.
And it's cute. The cutscenes are fun and like a lot of sanitized Star Wars moments for kids,
Yeah.
which is a fun twist on it. Like the scene where Han Solo dies in the one where he dies. I forget what that one's called.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens.
Yeah. He kills himself by accident.
Oh.
Kylo Ren, his lightsaber won't turn on, and he hands it over toward Han Solo and says, "Help me," like he does
Yeah.
in the film.
Oh, geez.
And so Han Solo, being the dad, fixes his son's lightsaber, which also turns on and cuts a hole underneath him
Oh.
and sends him falling to his death.
So kind of cartoon kind of
Yeah.
kind of versions of it. That's awesome.
I also saw where like the character bricks and stuff will actually show wear and tear. Like when you're in a level, like paint will start flaking off and
Yeah.
your Legos get dirty.
Oh,
and-
that's awesome.
There's so much stuff to collect hidden everywhere, and like the levels are fun and full of.
Oh yeah, there's like a whole like upgrade system too.
Yeah. You collect Kyber bricks that let you upgrade your characters.
Nice. Nice.
It's just if you ever liked a Lego game, this is the penultimate version of Lego.
That was actually the exact word I was going to use.
Yeah.
Excellent. Have you tried Child Flight yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. So for what this is a bug that someone found online, and people are using it to get to like hidden like areas that they shouldn't get to and stuff like that. Apparently, child Lego characters do not take damage.
Which is odd, considering all the children that Anakin Skywalker murdered.
I was going to say,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wait, how does that one scene work out?
Yeah, there's one specific scene where that would not work, but no. So child characters don't take damage. So people are using child Anakin and doing like sick Jedi like lightsaber combos to fly up into the air,
To
basically
juggle him in the air.
Constant combos over and over because he doesn't take damage, and like Qui-Gon can like fly to like areas that he absolutely should not be able to get to.
The combat is very like, it feels like Devil May Cry inspired almost.
Mm-hmm.
If you simplify Devil May Cry down to where a child could easily play it, that would be what this is.
I mean, old Lego combat was this mash attack button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now sometimes they'll block you, but even if you just keep hammering the button, you're still going to win eventually. But it is a game for children.
Sure.
But you can enjoy it too. I've played through the original trilogy. I played through The Force Awakens, and I'm partway through Phantom Menace.
Okay.
The pod race was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also there's like space combat and stuff now too.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. It feels like a baby's first Star Fox or something.
Nice.
Boy, there's this guy in Phantom Menace. His name's Jar Jar. Man, he's annoying. I don't know if you heard about this guy, but he sucks. He's just as bad.
Yeah,
It's just a constant reminder of how awful he was.
Jar Jar was a mistake. Yeah.
Me some big poodoo now. I do want to get the game because I do have a real big soft spot for the Lego games. Even though I haven't played them all, but I remember when the first Lego Star Wars came out and how much time I sunk into that. And then this being like, the end all be all for it.
The only thing I don't like is the fact that you can't get all the mini kit collectible pieces through the first time without going into free play mode.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
There's always at least one you don't have the right character to get when you're playing through story mode, and it's so annoying.
It's like it artificially inflates like the playtime because you have to go back through the level and get it.
Do it again.
Kind of like how Kirby doesn't tell you all the objectives until you've already gone through the level once.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing I read that I thought was neat about this game was the different ways you could path through a level in the new Star Wars games. Like you're not quite
it's not as railroaded.
Yeah, it's not quite as railroad. Like there's other options to do things.
Yeah, there's points where you can build with the Legos that are there, and it'll give you two different options of things to build. Like when you're fighting Captain Phasma, you can build some sort of sweeper droid to stop her, or you can build a big magnet stick her to it because she's got the chromium suit. I built a magnet because that's funnier.
That's funnier. Yeah, sure.
But it's neat to have those kind of options. It really shows what Lego is about.
Nice.
Plus there's that fun little sound of like...
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break here, and when we come back, we'll get into some news.
Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Dunham, the host of Long Play here on WZMO. Long Play is a show that appeals to music lovers of all ages. Here's an example.
I love Long Play.
There you have it. A completely unsolicited endorsement for one of our youngest fans.
Grandpa, where's my candy?
Ellie, be cool.
Grandpa!
Ellie and I would like to invite you to tune into Long Play every Friday at 11 p.m. and Saturday at 3 p.m. right here on 104.7
WCMO.
All right, hey, we're back from the break, and let's go ahead and get into some news. There we go. I like it. And it's fitting because it kind of goes into our first news topic here a little bit. You'll see where I'm going with this.
Okay. It took me a second.
Yeah. So there is a trailer. This is the kind of the big news for the week. A trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4 dropped out of nowhere, and it very clearly looks like that Disney's Final Fantasy game is going to Star Wars.
Which I didn't notice until you guys said something to me about it.
Yeah.
Well, they hit it pretty well.
Yeah.
Unless
Unless you're looking for it.
I wouldn't have known if I didn't read that someone else saw it.
Well, yeah, same here. But so Kingdom Hearts, the story, I honestly couldn't tell you what the story is. It's so convoluted.
Squaresoft can't even tell you.
No one knows.
Yeah, but it's Final Fantasy anime characters and also Disney characters all kind of mashed together.
And they've really phased out the Final Fantasy part of it.
They have,
There was not a single Final Fantasy character in the third game.
Oh, really?
No.
The third game, which is like the 11th or 12th in the series?
Yeah,
because there's all the
that's the
DS
other
ones
thing.
and the Game Boy ones.
But it is called Kingdom Hearts 3, so...
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, Kingdom Hearts was a PS2 game. That is how old this franchise is.
Yeah, it's like 20 years old now or something.
There's a phone gotcha game that is no longer in
service
that is integral to the plot of Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
Which they also announced some sort of new mobile game as well for phones. So so if you're missing that one, they closed down. Well, there's another one.
Another one coming. Yeah.
Also, like all like the ancillary games, like their titles were so stupid. Birth by Sleep, Dissonance of whatever. I mean, it's
392 over 12 days.
Yeah, it's
a fragmentary passage.
Yeah,
they're all dumb.
Oh yeah, it's bad
for your hack and slash Disney-esque RPG.
Haley Joel Osment hits Shadow Dragon Quest monsters with a key.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So the trailer opens up, and according to Sony and Square Enix, it is a start of a new storyline because they closed up the whole in 3 with that storyline.
Yeah, now it's the Lost Master arc, I think is what they're calling it.
Okay.
And Sora ends up in Tokyo.
Yeah, a super realistic looking version of Tokyo that's being attacked by like a kaiju heartless.
Yeah. And he's proportioned like a normal person.
He doesn't have big old clown shoes
I was
going
to say he doesn't have the clown shoes.
No, he looks like
Yeah. You're like, I'm out.
At the end, you see Donald and Goofy like in some cave or something at the very end.
I'm waiting for hyper-realistic Donald and Goofy.
Yeah, I'm hoping,
just a dog and a duck.
Yeah, when
real.
they're in the Tokyo world, it's just a literal dog and a literal duck.
Uh-huh.
Except they're wearing their hats.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, and I'm like...
But the theory is that they're going to the real world, in quotes, because it's going to cross over with Disney's other licensed properties, Star Wars and Marvel characters.
Which they'd be nuts not to. It's
Yeah,
the
I
mean,
biggest thing
I remember when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out and how much of a big deal Pirates of the Caribbean world was.
Right.
Or Tron World. Which
Tron World.
Which both had realistic human-esque characters.
The Pirates of the Caribbean world is the lowest point of that game.
Like it's so jarring. It's so weird.
It looks weird and it's too long and like you go back and forth from the same 2 places 100 times.
I'm like, Halloween Town's better than this.
Oh yeah, and it's the Halloween Town's like 3 screens. But the designs are so good for Halloween Town. The Goth Sora and Goth Donald and Goofy are so good.
Yeah, that little pumpkin thing on Sora's head.
Yeah.
I always liked Monsters Inc. world. Their monster designs.
Yeah, in Kingdom Hearts 3, it's really
those are pretty cool.
Or Toy Sora in the Toy Story world.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lego looking. Or he kind of looks like an anime figure.
He looks like a wooden puppet. I thought he had very squared off joints.
Yeah, but I think he's got like Lego like holes and studs on him.
Maybe, I don't know. It's been a while since I looked at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never finished Kingdom Hearts 3 because I got through all the Disney business, all the fun stuff, and I knew that last chapter was just going to be wall-to-wall anime nonsense.
Yeah.
And it made it really hard to want to keep playing.
All the Kingdom Hearts games have that wall-to-wall anime nonsense at one point.
At least the Disney parts give you like something to grab onto that makes sense. Like, oh, this is Toy Story. I know what that is.
Yeah. We've gone to the 100-acre wood. Okay, that's fine.
We found Merlin's cottage.
But like now we've got 13 guys in cloaks and one of them's playing cards at me. And they're talking about Xehanort, and like I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And I knew I was in for at least 3 more hours of just that.
At least.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know.
You have to open the door to Kingdom Hearts.
Which is not something we've explained exactly what that is.
And this is the other you. This is when your soul got separated from this and then became this person.
You got at least 3 people jellying up your jam in there.
I hate all the dumb BS. Like I love Kingdom Hearts. I do have a very big soft spot for it. But oh god, it is so convoluted.
And it is entertaining to a point, but like when it's all you got to look forward to, it makes it kind of hard to.
To explain how convoluted the story is, there are multiple podcasts devoted to talking about the plot of Kingdom Hearts, and they both have gone over 120 episodes.
And when I played 3, I went back and finished 2 like right beforehand, and I was thinking about the way that game ended, which was with wall-to-wall anime nonsense.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't think I can do this again. I guess now I'll have to, though.
You're gonna have to.
And now in my brain, all I can think about is the aerial like music rhythm mini game.
Oh yeah. That's probably has some sort of absolutely necessary plot that you're gonna have to play.
Nah. Mermaid Sora.
That horrible song. Like, they do the good songs from the movie, but then they also have like an original song that I'll tell you what, Alan Merkin did not write that one.
You know what? If it's not simple clean, I don't care.
Oh, you know what would be crazy? If, Sora is in Smash Brothers. What if there is something that they reference to him being in Smash Brothers? Just a little bit going, no, this is canon too.
Oh, no!
I remembered what it is that we checked out that we didn't talk about. It'll be real quick, but we went and saw Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I was going to ask you how that went.
At the Short North stage, and it was very good.
Oh, awesome.
It was a very good showing. Everybody in it was super good. The Short North stage is cute and small enough where you'll get good seats pretty much anywhere you buy tickets at.
Oh, awesome.
I would wholeheartedly recommend taking in a show there.
Awesome.
And then the weird thing is Sora shows up at the end and kills Audrey too.
No, we mentioned Little Mermaid, which has the same songwriter as Little Shop of Horrors. And that's how I got there.
That's how you got there. Yep.
The synapses firing in your brain.
Well, somewhere that's green is almost exactly part of your world.
Yeah. That's true.
I'll be a dentist. Oh, man. I love that stupid movie.
It's a great movie. It's really, really good.
The version we saw had a non-binary Seymour, which was cool.
Aw.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Very cool.
It seems like a good. It felt like good casting to me.
Yeah.
I think that fits the character.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So we've thrown Sora under the bus long enough.
Yeah. So what do we want to talk about next? There's a whole list of stuff
let's
here.
see here. Elon Musk is attempting to buy Twitter.
There's something going on.
Yeah,
There's something.
This is a continuingly developing story that Elon Musk apparently has a lot of wild hair about him that suddenly he wants to control all of Twitter. I guess maybe so people can't make fun of him on it anymore.
I guess. Yeah.
Just screams so sad.
Yeah.
It's gotten to so much of the point. Like anytime I see Elon Musk's name pop up, either in spoken word or I read it, I physically just kind of feel myself just.
Yeah,
I just kind of shut down a little bit.
What is he doing now? What sad
don't
cry for attention
care.
is he attempting this time?
I don't understand people's like reverence for him.
Or like why they want to protect him. Like they feel the need to defend his beliefs and his
Whatever.
Yeah.
He's a super rich dude who could care less about anybody. He's not as smart as he makes it out to be because it's just engineers that he pays are coming up with these ideas.
Nerds think he's real life Tony Stark, and he's not.
No,
that's what it comes down to.
No, he's Obadiah Stane from Iron Man.
Yeah.
He's the other half of it.
He inherited a bunch of money from his father's emerald mine, and now he pays people to make rockets that don't work.
And cars that are like real bad, like not good.
He wasn't even on the founding board of Tesla. I read this the other day. He paid a real big settlement so he could be considered a founding member of Tesla.
He's an honorary founding member,
even though he wasn't.
Yeah.
That is dumb.
Those cars are bad anyway. Like if you get frost on your car, you can't get into it.
I mean,
because it's so sleek and like the handles are like inside it or whatever. So like if there's frost on your car, you can't get in. Your car.
I had the same issue with my 2001 Honda CR-V. When it got cold, I couldn't get in.
That joke about on the Righteous Gemstones where they're trying to drive the sister's Tesla and they just can't figure out how to make the doors close. That's a good show. That's something we've been checking out too, darn it.
Okay. Yeah.
The Righteous Gemstones on HBO and HBO
Nice. I've heard
Max.
good things about that one.
It's
Yeah.
very funny. I would recommend that as well.
Nice.
But yeah, he has Elon Musk has a huge controlling share in Twitter.
He bought a whole bunch of stock, made clear his intentions that he wants to take over Twitter. And presently, as we're recording this, Twitter, the company, is taking steps to try to keep him from being able to take it over.
Well, didn't they issue like a whole bunch of extra stocks so that for other people to buy so that he no longer has
controlling portion?
That's what they last did. That's the most current event that we can tell you right now.
Part of me is like, no, stay away from Twitter. The other part of me is like, I spend a lot of time on that hell site, and I don't need to.
Yeah.
So maybe Twitter going down is not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. Part of me was like, man, if Elon buys Twitter, I'm not using it anymore. But then it's like, but I do a lot of like advertisement for the games that I'm making on there, and like. I do like reading people that I enjoy's opinions on there.
Same here.
Yeah.
I get more of my news from Twitter than anywhere else, honestly.
Too bad, God, that Google social media didn't take off.
Google Plus.
Google Plus. Yeah.
Oh, Google Plus.
I think I followed like 3 people on that when I tried it out. It was like the Dalai Lama, Will Wheaton, and somebody else. I can't remember.
Because who else would you need?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I can't even remember. It might have
Did
been.
the Dalai Lama tell Will Wheaton to shut up?
No.
Shut up, Wesley.
Will Wheaton absolutely hates that. I guess it like triggers some kind of emotional response in him.
He's such a baby.
He is.
Get over yourself, dude.
Have you watched? Okay, so I haven't watched any of this season's Star Trek Picard, but I've heard it's really bad. But even
It
worse,
actually doesn't seem that bad. I've watched a bunch of clips from it.
they're doing a bunch of stuff with the Bell riots, and I don't like it. It's a whole thing. But I guess what's even worse is Will Wheaton hosts like an after show,
Yeah,
like
he does.
talking Picard kind of style
God.
show, and he is so like over the top, like, oh boy, let's talk to Alex Kurtzman or whatever and see what's going on. It's like, come on, dude. Come on. And I guess next season, season 3, they're going to be bringing back almost the entire original cast because
They've said a bunch of them are coming
they've
back.
run out of ideas, so they're bringing back LeVar Burton and Beverly Crusher, but Will Wheaton is not part of it. They are not bringing back Will Wheaton. Wesley Crusher is no longer in Star Wars or Star Trek.
Paramount is so desperate to create content for Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
They're doing just about whatever they can at this point.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Fairly Odd Parents show they put out?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, it looks awful. they had the bright idea to do live action with cartoon elements.
Oh no,
They've done that before. Oh, Nickelodeon did that before.
But now they're doing it worse.
There was a movie. There was a Fairly Odd Parents movie,
Yeah,
and it's
where
terrible.
like Drake Bell is.
yeah,
Yeah, it's Timmy Turner. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now it's like Timmy gave the fairies to his cousin, who's a girl, and it's a bad sitcom now. And the fairies are all like horribly animated, like it looks bad.
Well, I saw someone posted an image of Mr. Crocker, the villain, but they decided to do a front-on view of him.
Yes.
So he has like weird like chunks out of his head almost.
He's not a character that was designed to face
None of
the
those
camera.
characters were. Yeah, they were never for front-facing.
It's like Phineas and Ferb. You don't want to see that straight on.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shots of Jurgen. I think that was his name. The
Jurgen.
Jurgen von Strangle.
Yeah,
Yes.
where he's like almost puppet animated,
Really?
like rotating, tweening around.
Oh,
like
ew.
you would think a franchise that has gone on as long as Fairly Odd Parents would have some sort of quality control.
But consider the source. It's Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, it's Butch,
and also Butch Hartman.
It's Butch Hartman, which he is involved, which
That's a problem. That's the issue.
they did for live action Crocker. They just hired his voice actor, which is good.
Okay, that's
like
good
the
at least.
only good thing they did.
Yeah.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob where they brought everybody in and like did like a live action skit with them.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I always loved the Patchy the Pirate bits. They would
Yeah,
do
those
whenever,
were great.
whenever there was a special episode.
Anyway, Paramount Plus, Star Trek. Wait, why are we talking about Star Trek?
How did we get to Star Trek?
Oh, we started talking about Will
Wheaton.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about Twitter and
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
dunking on Will Wheaton, and
Will
and
Wheaton
that's how it
got
goes.
bullied off of Twitter like 10 years ago and has never come back.
But yeah, but little bits of Picard I've seen. I haven't watched any of the whole episodes or anything. It's interesting. Like Q's a big part of this season.
But like,
My mom likes it. She said it's good, didn't she? Didn't she say she liked
They
it?
make a Star Trek 4 reference.
oh sure,
They went back in time.
Yeah,
and
they
they
did.
ran into the punk that Spock nerve pinches.
yes. But they've like done some.
And he's paralyzed from the neck down for the rest of his life.
He has PTSD.
Oh no.
Like he's blaring music on the bus and Seven yells at him to shut it off, and he grabs his neck and he's like, oh yeah, and shuts it off.
Oh jeez. I don't like it. Well, for one thing, the writers completely forgot where the bar 10 forward came from. 10 forward is
Deep
deck
Space?
10. No, it's deck 10 forward that's what it's
of the Enterprise.
of the Enterprise. But in this series, 10 forward is actually it's a human bar that Guinan's been running for the last 200 years or whatever. And they have young Guinan who hates Captain Picard for some reason.
No, she hates humans.
She hates humans. Yes,
She is actually when Picard meets young Guinan, she is actually looking to get off world.
completely forgetting the fact that she has met Picard in Victorian era because she was hanging out with Mark Twain in an episode of Next Gen where they travel back in time.
Are you sure that wasn't the holodeck?
No, that was not a holodeck. That was a real thing because that is canonically, at least in Next Gen, that is the first time Picard meets Guinan is back in like old-timey era. But this show completely forgets that.
Lower Decks is the best Star Trek show on Paramount Plus
I
by
bet.
a long shot.
No, I believe it.
I saw some
believe it.
sponsored ad where somebody was selling the Lower Deck style uniforms, and I was like, ooh. 'Cause I like the way they look.
They're great, and it's a great show, and it's legitimately good Star Trek as well.
Star Trek works, I think, as animated, like really, really well.
Did you guys watch that clip I put in the group chat of the 70s style Star Trek
that was
animation
really
with
good.
the Next Gen?
I like that a lot. Yeah,
Anyway, we're getting way off track here.
that's fine.
Oh
Hey, let's talk about Shin Ultraman.
yeah, sure.
We're talking about sci-fi stuff and
Yeah.
whatever. So, Hideaki Anno, the guy who did Evangelion and a bunch of other stuff, Shin Godzilla.
And Shin Kamen Rider.
Well, he's working on that now, but they released another trailer for Shin Ultraman, new Ultraman.
Yeah, because Shin means new.
Yeah, this guy loves old media and is basically going through and doing film versions and updating like all of these old medias, like Kamen Rider,
updating. But the Shin Ultraman trailer looks like old cheesy Ultraman, and I love it.
That's what he loves, and that's great.
Shin Kamen Rider was spot on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's updating the parts that are necessary
and
leaving what was cool about the original stuff alone, as you should.
It's the way to do remakes and updates and stuff like that, I feel. But this new trailer looks fantastic. I can't wait to see the movie. It's supposed to come out in Japan in June, I think. And they're hoping it's going to get an international release. I remember going and seeing Shin Godzilla years ago.
I saw it at the Gateway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. I own it on Blu-ray. I liked it so much.
I do too. I like how even though the monsters and stuff are CGI, they still move and look kind of like suits.
Yeah. It's the best way to do it.
Like Ultraman still looks like a dude in spandex. Mm-hmm. He's not like armored or anything like that animated Ultraman was. I'm excited about it, and I'm excited for when they eventually bring everything together into their Shin multiverse.
Yeah, there was talk of a Shin multiverse that included Evangelion somehow.
Yeah.
Why not?
Which
Sure.
Evangelion has so much of its own mythology to get in the way of that it'd be wild to see how they pull it off.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm surprised they haven't done a live action Evangelion already.
Yeah. They'd probably be too traumatized.
I mean, it's the only way for it to go. They've finished.
They've done everything they can do.
They've milked
with it.
the absolute crap out of that franchise.
Well, they did the series. They did the ending movies. They redid the entire series as 4 movies.
There's a manga. They sold merchandise. So much merchandise.
There's a Schick razor that
I was gonna say
robots.
the Schick razor. Just about everything you can find, anything marketable has Evangelion.
Evangelion, part of pop culture is a huge thing in Japan. It's like Star Wars here.
It doesn't seem like something that would have a pop culture appeal either, which is the wildest part.
Yeah.
To me, because it is very deep. It is very emotional.
Evangelion in Japan is it's almost up there with Gundam in Japan.
Oh, sure.
As far as
and Dragon Quest.
And Dragon Quest, as far as the cultural touchstones of it. Mm-hmm. It's weird.
I would hope if they ever do live action, they do it in Japan and not.
Oh yeah.
I don't want Hollywood's Evangelion. I think
it would lose all of the heart.
It would drastically miss the point, most anime adaptations do.
Snyder's Evangelion.
Oh my god!
Everything would be black and white.
Asuka would be played by Megan Fox.
They'd be playing very slow versions of Nirvana or that one Bob Dylan song over and over. That's what Shinji's listening to on his tape deck all the time is that one Bob Dylan song over and over.
I can't wait for the more emo cover of Calm Susser Todd.
Oh jeez. Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
speaking of movies, there's a Cronenberg.
It would be like Cowboy Bebop's Netflix adaptation.
I still haven't watched that.
I have no interest in watching that.
When it didn't get picked up for a second season, I stopped. It's if they're not going to finish it, then I'm not going to finish it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But I was going to say, there's another movie, a short trailer for a David Cronenberg body horror movie, Crimes of the Future.
It kind of has a Cronenbergian cyberpunk kind of look to it.
Yeah.
It also looks like if you fed the main points of every Cronenberg film into a computer and told the computer to write a script for a David Cronenberg film, this is what you would get.
This is it, yeah.
Which is fair enough. It's been a long time since we've gotten a David Cronenberg horror film, and that's what this looks like it is.
Yeah. Viggo Mortensen and Lea Seydoux from
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, those are the big three. And yeah, I mean, we don't know much about the movie other than there's going to be weird body stuff.
Yeah, there's like a dude with some more ears on his head than there should be.
Yeah.
In the trailer.
Yep.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for like the real awful body horror, like something out of like The Fly or The Thing.
Yep.
What's the one about twins? What's the Cronenberg movie about twins?
You mean with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito?
No, not that. That wasn't a Cronenberg movie, but the Cronenberg version of that movie would be incredible.
Yeah.
Dead Ringers.
That's the one with Jeremy Irons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see a remake of Dead Ringers directed and starring the Soska twins.
Oh, geez, yeah.
That they did that Rabid remake that was fine.
It was fine. Yeah, I remember that.
Let's see here. I guess we could do one last movie news.
One last thing. We have time for one more.
So DC Warner Brothers / Discovery is completely revamping their film wing for the DC movies.
They looked at what they've done and gone, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Let's try again. They specifically pointed out that they want to redo Superman.
Which is fine, because Man of Steel was terrible.
Yeah, good. You need to.
Yeah. Listen, I like Henry Cavill as an actor and as a person. He just seems like a dude you can hang out with. The dude build his own PC. He loves painting Warhammer figurines. He just seems like a guy.
He absolutely loves being in The Witcher.
Yeah, because he played all the games prior
and read the
to,
books.
And read the books and stuff.
You can tell because when he plays Geralt, he's doing an impression of the guy that voices Geralt in the games.
But so I think there is a possibility that they could keep Henry Cavill and just reboot the salvage it. But
please get someone who understands Superman as a character.
Yeah, not everything has to be so dour and blah.
Get somebody who understands Superman the way Patty Jenkins understands Wonder Woman.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but wasn't Wonder Woman 1984 not very good?
It was fine.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't but it still got the gist of the character for the most part.
Yeah.
She's a little too hung up on Steve Trevor in the second movie, but
a little.
But it still gets the ethos of Wonder Woman, I think.
Yeah, it works. I think it works.
I mean, I watched the new Batman movie. I really enjoyed it. I kind of hope they keep that and then go forward from there, maybe.
Sure.
For Batman, but if they take that same tone for Superman,
oh no, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, that works for that particular Batman, but I don't think it.
No, like my thing is like I watched like this side by side of like the Snyder cut and like the Whedon cut of like Justice League. And there are some elements that I liked from the Snyder cut, like I liked the way Steppenwolf looked. I liked the inclusion of like Darkseid and stuff.
Sure.
But I liked all the color and whatnot that was in the Joss Whedon part of it. That was one thing like I hate about the Snyder films is everything is so muted and brown,
devoid
gray.
of life.
Yes, there's no pop to it, and I hate it.
Do you know what's a good DC movie? Shazam. Shazam was a
still haven't watched it.
That was a great movie that showed that you could have fun with a superhero, have color, and still have dramatic moments when needed.
I really liked Birds of Prey.
I did too.
I thought Birds of
ruled. Yeah.
I thought Birds of Prey was a great
There are
movie.
a lot of people that didn't like it for a whole bunch of reasons.
Yeah, and most of them are turds.
Well, yeah, but I thought it was great.
I loved it. Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
Black Adam actually looks like it's shaping up to be halfway decent.
Yeah, but that weird like Warner Brothers trailer that came out, like it started playing before movies, talking about like heroes and yada yada, and they keep showing stuff from Black Adam. Like, he's not a hero,
but
he's
a
Rock. Bad guy.
But it's The Rock, so you got to rewrite it. You know,
The Rock probably contractually cannot be a bad guy.
No, probably
not. He was a bad guy in Doom.
But
that was before.
That's in the before times.
That was before he was Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
He was Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, when he was in Doom, he was credited as literally just The Rock.
The Rock, yeah. Was Doom before or after the Tooth Fairy, where he was
before?
Okay.
I need to watch that
like
Doom movie.
Like
Yeah.
Doom was short. I want to say shortly after the Scorpion King stint,
I've
or at
never-
least the Mummy 2.
I've
Oh, yeah.
never seen it, and I know it's bad, but man, I love Doom so much that I always...
There's first-person elements in it.
For one scene.
For one scene.
For like one scene.
It's enough.
It's
enough.
I owe it to the franchise to watch the film.
Sometimes I forget that movie even exists. But yeah.
There was recently like a newer low-budget Doom film also.
I think
I've
so,
not
yeah.
seen.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't
it's
know.
got to be better than that one.
Yeah. All right, well, hey, we've actually hit time, so let's go ahead and wrap
We
things
don't
up.
have time for Monkey Island.
Unfortunately not, no.
next
We'll
week.
talk about it next week.
Yeah, next week. Teaser for next week. So you've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Patreon, and TikTok at Nerd Overload Now.
You can email us at staff@nerdoverload.com.
You can leave us a voicemail on the Nerd Overload hotline. That number is 586-372-8020. If you leave us a voicemail, we might play it on the show!
Yeah, and you can also find all our back episodes on various podcast apps such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and more. And finally, I'd like to thank David Pencil for the use of our intro and outro. You can find more of his stuff over at davidpencil.com. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.